And that is how you hear the voice of God.
Amen.
At least at a general level. Okay? So why am I spending so much time on a voice? I need us to get to a point when we know that God is always speaking to us. It's just that we're not listening.
Yes.
Let's take, for example, that young man that's about to steal. Has God not spoken to him?
Yeah, he has spoken to him.
Okay? So what did God say to him?
Thou shalt not steal.
Hallelujah. Glory to God.
Glory to
Thou
God.
shalt not steal. But this young man will go about still blaming God and say, no, God did not speak to me. Why? Because he did not hear when God said, Daniel, Daniel, thou shalt not steal.